channel members on YouTube and as members of our Patreon at patreon.com/toygalaxy. For the last year, in addition to our regular videos, we've been producing member-exclusive videos that have allowed us a wider range of freedom from the YouTube algorithm. For as little as $1 per month, you can get access to all of the member-exclusive videos we produce. To be clear, these are just as comprehensive, informative, and entertaining as our regular videos. Topics like the Inferno, Bob Liefeld's Youngblood, Columbia House, Kool-Aid Man, and Godzilla 98, and which were both on our members. If you're looking for something more convenient for the channel membership, head over to the Secret Galaxy merch shop at secretgalaxy.shop. Prints, pins, shirts, action figures, all in stock and ready to ship. To become a member for $1 a month, click the join button below this video or head over to patreon.com/toygalaxy. There are several different tiers to address the specific Secret Galaxy needs. Once again, we appreciate all the support you've given us over the years with views, likes, comments. Now, back to the show. Fox Network signed on for the first time in 1986. It wasn't long before they established their identity as a counterculture brand. 1987 saw them come here on Married with Children, one of the longest-running sitcoms of all time. And the Tracy Ullman Show, which 2 years later in 1981 gave birth to The Simpsons, the longest-running sitcom of all time, and Fox's first top 30 spot in the television rankings, and indicated that they had officially established themselves as a viable fourth network against ABC's CBS and NBC. The next 3 years saw the addition of Cops, the also-long police reality series, teen drama that the Beatles 90210, and Fox Kids animation hits like Batman the Animated Series, X-Men, and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Fox's first high-profile dip into science fiction was 1989's Alien Nation, a drama based on the 1988 film of the same name. But it wasn't until The X-Files beginning in 1993 that Fox had a viable mainstream hit with the genre and looked for more shows to capitalize on that success. Sliders was created by Robert K. Weiss and Tracy Torme. Weiss was a longtime film and television producer, sometimes director, whose portfolio was almost entirely comedy with just a dash of science fiction. The Blues Brothers in 1980, the Police Squad TV series in 1982, and subsequent Naked Gun movies in the 90s. Dragnet in 1987, based on the 1960s TV series of the same name. Weiss was an executive producer on Weird Science, the 1994 television adaptation of the 1985 movie, which ran 88 episodes over 5 seasons on the USA Network. Torme was the son of singer, songwriter, Grammy Award winner, and actor Mel Torme. He was born in 1959 in Los Angeles, where he developed a love for science fiction through films like 2001: A Space Odyssey and The Planet of the Apes. He started writing for television in the late 70s on a Canadian sketch comedy series called SCTV. From there, he went on to write for Saturday Night Live in 1982 and was both a writer and executive story editor on Star Trek: The Next Generation during the first 2 seasons in 1987 and 1988. According to interviews with Torme, the idea for Sliders was inspired by several things, but none more significant than a book he read. The book, whose name is not mentioned, detailed a story about George Washington during the Revolutionary War. As Washington sat on his horse, 8 or so British soldiers snuck up behind him, aimed their guns, and fired. Miraculously, they all missed. Torme was fascinated by that moment in history and how things might have drastically changed if just one of the British soldiers hit him. He began to think about the possibility of a world where that very thing may have occurred. Just beyond. Torme and Weiss were both heavily influenced by science fiction television, movies, and books that had come before. They cite things like the television series The Twilight Zone, The Time Tunnel, Star Trek, movies like The Wizard of Oz and It's a Wonderful Life, the Robert Heinlein book by his bootstraps, and for Weiss in particular, the Scenes We'd Like to See strips in Mad Magazine. Torme said he learned a lot about the production of a television series during his time on Next Generation, and more importantly, felt encouraged by his conversations with Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry, who Torme says treated him well and sparked his interest in taking the leap to create his own show. Torme has said that he and Weiss began development of Sliders while working on an unproduced feature film called Messengers of Deception. Torme wanted to make a show that was as true to his vision as possible and to do a unique blend of science fiction and black comedy. As he put it in a 2001 interview with Generation Series magazine, quote, "I always wanted the show to be an allegory about life here on our Earth. One of our first reviews called the show subversively funny, and I always liked that take." Sliders cast was led by Jerry O'Connell as Quinn Mallory, at the time known for the role of Fern in the 1986 movie Stand By Me, but fresh off a starring turn as low-key superhero Andrew Clements in 3 seasons of the syndicated television series My Secret Identity from 1988 to 1991. O'Connell famously had to choose between Sliders or another Fox series, Party of 5. As he said in a 2016 interview with Yahoo.com, quote, John Landis was one of the original producers on Sliders, and getting to meet him was a real thrill for me. From a genre standpoint, there's nobody better. I was at NYU Film School at the time, so I had studied these guys' work. I just knew with their involvement, Sliders could be something special. Professor Maximilian Arturo was played by John Rhys Davies, known for his role as Sala in the Indiana Jones movies, and not for nothing, the first actor to portray Marvel's Kingpin in live action on The Trial of the Incredible Hulk. Rhys Davies was a classically trained actor, and O'Connell has said that he learned a lot from him about performance, professionalism, and according to that same Yahoo interview, being single, saying, quote, we went out clubbing on a regular basis. Wade Wells was played by Sabrina Lloyd, who starred as Patrick Swayze's 12-year-old daughter in the 1993 film Fatherhood. The fourth and final original Slider, Rembrandt Crying Man Brown, was played by...
The free men are still holding their own then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a
warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble.
We
We
should
should hurry. We're going to do this.
Clive, it just so happens
that right at this very moment, we're in need of someone with your talent.
What talents would those be?
Why, your fearlessness.
I'm listening.
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, when these dark skies swept over the Republic, so too did a wave of chaos and confusion. Randalar has been particularly badly affected. Many of the capital of none remain, but the army too is...
And you've been looking to buy.
Precisely.
So what those... How could I refuse?
Excellent. You will find a village in Chedras Thread, past Lately's Cleft.
All right.
I'm sure...
Come on. Fly. Good night.
This must have been a nice place.
We'll be again.
I think that's the last of them.
I think you're right. Let's head back to Baghdad. Some of the matter they had acquired. Those are our terms.
I
I
shall.
shall.
Him again. Somebody knows. Yes, but enough about it. It's done. You made I should go and let me keep. But she'll only get upset. I'll explain it. All right. Eloise, I just got back from...
Thank you, Clark. Here.
Something
Something for your trouble.
Well
Well
then,
then, now that you have laid the groundwork for our little I suppose we'd better first thing.
You're still in it.
We are. A trusted colleague has been dealing with the fist of, I suppose we shall.
Well,
I'm not.
Clive. The man I was watching earlier, the one speaking to my sister. He represents the Silver Peak Consortium. It's one of the bigger trading houses. I don't think I've heard of them. Well, and they're still expanding. And judging by her reaction earlier, I'd say she had half a mind to accept their latest offer. I'd rather she didn't. I would rather she did what makes her happy. And I would Eloise saved me from slavery. But this was not the life my sister wanted, nor the one she deserves. I won't let her give up on her dreams again for my sake. She freed me from my bonds. She must be freed from hers in turn. You're a good man, Theo. I have always been grateful for what my sister did for me. And I want to repay the favor by letting her live her own life. But each time an opportunity to do just that arises, she turns it down. For my sake. She loves you. And I love her. Which is why I want...
The ocean sunfish is a type of fish that fishermen typically don't favor. Its entire life revolves around drifting. It often floats on the surface of the ocean like a big, lazy fish. Since it doesn't feel pain, it can continue swimming even if half of its body is eaten by other creatures. Although it is born in the deep sea, it has a peculiar love for basking in the sun, but sometimes it ends up overheating and dying from too much sun. When the sunfish is young, it's very small, so it usually gets eaten by tuna. As it grows, it becomes prey for sharks. However, because the sunfish is unappetizing, most fish only nibble on it occasionally, which is why it often loses parts of its body. The sunfish doesn't actively hunt for food.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Vales. Leave anything I don't need.
You know what you have.
Clive,
I fear, as you know, our time grows short.
the
The Lord Chief Justice's vultures are circling. Before we part, I want you to know that, though I may not always have been your most vocal ally, I trust you.
Thank you. I appreciate the sentiment. But is revenge really the answer?
It is the one I found, and it is all that I have lived for.
The wood of Lost Wing. Everything you've built.
I built Lost Wing to achieve, saying, once it is done, the village will have served its purpose. My comrades and I are sure of our cause, and we shall fight to the last, come what may. But there are those among us who cannot fight. Children, the elderly, bearers afflicted by the curse. I would place Lost Wing in their hands, if I thought it would. But a village, home only to the frail and the infirm, is not. And so, Clive, will you take them to your hideaway?
I will.
Thank you. The people I speak of,
Understood.
and may.
Come then, brother. We are waiting in Gotan's Vales. Let's go. I can walk from here. Everyone, Quinton has asked that you come with me. You can no longer guarantee your protection, but I can. There's a safe place I can take you to. That's what the Master thinks best. Sid, none of us would be standing here today if it weren't for Master Quinton. We owe him our lives. So we ain't about to start telling him what he should do with his. If he's saying we ain't safe in Lost Wing no more, it's because he ain't coming back. If that's what has to happen, then so be it. I only hope we can see this through to the end. That we get to see justice done. I hope so too. Oi! You lot! Where's everyone else? They ain't already left, have they? They've gone with Master Quinton. Fuck! What's wrong? I've just come from the Justice's manor. We have to get Quinton to call off the attack. It ain't just a black shield protecting the place. It's got a guard dog and all. A fucking monster. They don't stand a chance against that thing. If I don't get the message to them, they're all gonna fucking die. We can't let this happen. Sid, don't worry about us. You've got to catch up with him. We can't let Quinton die before that bastard does. All right. I'll do what I can. Where is this manor? It's way over to the east, through the woods. Heavenall, he calls it. Promise us, Sid. Promise us you'll do what you can. Time to fight.
replied, Look.
Don't tell me we're too late. Quentin, are you all right?
No. But I am alive, which is more than I can say for my comrades. They followed me, without question, all the way here. And they died. For nothing.
This must be the guard dog. Quentin, I'll hold it off.
But
Your comrades didn't die for nothing. They died for you. Don't let their sacrifice be in vain.
I wasn't.
Come on, then. That is no year, guard dog. No, just a rally beast you need to find out. Nice try. If only we arrived early. Is it over?
This is. He wept and begged for mercy. And I cut him from ear to ear. Just as I dreamed of doing all these years. All my plans. Building a haven in Lostwing. Freeing bearers from their chains and recruiting them to my cause. It was all for this. But what is this? Justice. My faithful comrades. All those lives lost. So that I might take another.
Quentin.
Master Quentin!
Oh, thank Grieger, you're safe. You're alive. And so are you. I'm so sorry. I tried to warn you about that thing. And I hate to say it, but there's more bad news. It's Lostwing. It's been flooded.
What? Lostwing. My Lostwing.
And look who's here.
They must have stowed him in after we left, just before the flood struck. What if there are still people alive?
Don't be a fool. Damn it. Let me finish them quickly.
I need to find Quentin. Quentin! Look at me! Thank the Founder. He hasn't turned. Welcome back to the land of the living.
Is Lost Wing.
The flood has filled the valley.
I see. Then all is at an end. A strange way to achieve one's life's ambition.
No, Master Quentin. Save your strength.
Why? All that I strove for is gone. Only emptiness remains. I have nothing left to live for.
What the heck are you on about? You've got us, ain't you? Don't try telling me you only freed us so you could get revenge. We're more than that to you, and we all know it.
I thought you weren't coming back. But I prayed, and I prayed, and you did. There's got to be a reason for that. Right? Can't we just go back to how it was? You know, you looking after us all.
Your work ain't
over here, Master Quentin. We believed that you were the right man to lead us, and we still do.
Your village may be lost, but it seems your people aren't, so long as you remain to guide them.
But why? After what I Why would anyone follow me?
Because we're family, aren't we?
Family?
Yeah. And all our comrades who went with you, they felt the same. Lostwind weren't just a village. It was all of us. It was. And as long as we're still here, it is too.
We can start again, building new Lostwing, right here in the Vales.
A fresh start. One life ends, and another begins. Why just a village? We could build towns, a nation even. What's to stop us?
That's the Master Quinton we know.
Please, I am nobody's master. Quinton will suffice. After all, we are family. Permit me to withdraw my request. I will no longer be needing your help in looking after my people.
I'll pretend you never asked.
But you must be rewarded for your efforts on our behalf. You saved my life twice over, and more besides.
A bottle or two of your finest red will suffice.
Of course, nothing but the best. And I have a feeling that this year's vintage will be the finest yet. If you don't mind waiting, that is.
I look forward to it.
They are right, you know. Lostwing can be rebuilt. It was more than a mere village. More than a staging ground for revenge. It was a vision of how life might be, of how we who have suffered can come to find family again.
Clive, just the man I was hoping to see.
Oh? And why is that?
Remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took up residence here after the Akashic attacked? Well, now the rest have come to join him. Seems our barracks in the Lazarus have been lost to an ether flood. Now, I don't mind having a few more brave boys around to keep them animals at bay. I ain't daft after all. But we ain't got nowhere for them to bed down. Poor buggers are having to make do with haylofts and chocobo pens. I'd build him a new barracks here if I could. But where would I put him? There just isn't enough room up here on the rock. Which leaves us in a bit of a pickle. The people we're counting on to keep us safe are living like beggars.
I see.
And it ain't just that lot. There's bears to think about too. There's been more and more of them turning up lately, coming from all over looking for safe haven. But there's only so many we can shelter with the room we've got. We can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less space. What we need is a new home for our new arrivals. And that's what I was hoping you might help me with. If it ain't too much of a burden, of course.
It's no burden.
Thank you, Clive.
So, where were you thinking of making this new home?
Well, I reckon we could do a lot worse than Eastpool.
Eastpool. It's been a long time since I thought about that place.
It was a tragedy, what happened. And if any of us could have done anything to stop it, we would have. But what's done is done. And those who lived there wouldn't have wanted the village they loved to be left in ruins.
I suppose you're right.
The blight might be pressing in, but I reckon it's got a good few years left in it yet. There's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it their den, and they don't seem like they'll be moving on in a hurry. Nasty bastards they are too. I've lost some good men to their raids. Would have sent someone to clear them out sooner, if my boys didn't already have their hands full fending off the Akashic. But now we've got a few more Guardians of the Flame to call on. I reckon it's time we made our move. What do you say? Fancy leading a raiding party?
I do. Eastpool was once home to people I loved. I won't have bandits sully those memories. I'll gladly drive them out of there.
And I know the men will gladly follow you. I've already shared a few thoughts with Sir Wade about how we might be able to win the place back. And I dare say he's got some ideas of his own too. Why don't you go and talk to him?
Of course.
Back to Eastpool, then.
Not just yet. Let's hear Wade's plan first. So Wade, it's good to see you well. And you, Lord Rossfield. And you. I spoke with Martha. She tells me you have plans to free Eastpool and make it your own.
That's right, though it was mostly her idea. I rather fear my men have been treading on her toes somewhat since joining us, not to mention each other's. And then there are the bearers, men and women who found the courage to flee their masters and sought refuge here. We need somewhere to settle them, and I can think of worse places than Eastpool.
As can I. Which
is why I agreed to help you win it back. That's very kind of you. I'd be most grateful if you would. With you beside us, we shall soon send that rabble of rogues running for the hills.
So, what can you tell me?
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. Fewer than a dozen at our last count. And rather less, thankfully, the road that leads there will more than likely still be crawling with Akashic. A small force would suffice to clear the village, but if the Akashic were to follow them in, that force could end up trapped between a rock and a very hard place indeed.
I'll head into Eastpool and deal with the bandits. You and the Guardians can stay outside the village and fend off any Akashic who come too close. Make sure I'm not taken unawares.
I can't ask you to bear all that risk yourself, Morton.
The Akashic are the bigger risk. I can handle a few bandits.
Well, if you're sure, I shall summon my men at once.
Shall I wait for you here?
No need, my lord. You go on ahead. We'll be with you before long.
All right. I'll meet you at Eastpool then.
We shall see you there, and may victory await our coming.
I'll build the barrack. How do you?
Take care, Eric.
you! Kill them! You will be the place. Or face the consequences. That's the end of that then. Or maybe not. What's that same thing doing here? Get those two. More surprises?
I'll take that as a no.
Bravo.
A
Magnificent display, my lord.
You were
You were watching. I thought you were keeping an eye out for a cache.
We
We were. Put down more than a few on the road, then arrived just in time to see you slay that... whatever it was.
Let's
Let's hope it was the last of its kind. Though I expect you and the Guardians will be up to the challenge should another appear.
I would hope so, my lord.
Your men will be bringing the bearers who'll be living here, I assume. It might be best to send word for them to come right away, before any other unsavory characters move in.
Of course. I'll send orders for them to depart immediately.
Leave
Leave it with me, my lord.
Without
Masters.
No. We're the masters now. Our lives are our own at last.
That's all of them. And not a single cache in sight. Now to begin the important work of rebuilding the place. It won't be easy, especially not after 5 years of beasts and blackguards having their wicked way with the place. The masonry might still be sturdy enough, but half the beams are rotted. Those that weren't lost in the fire or burned by the bandits, that is. It'll take a bit of elbow grease, but we'll see East Rule rise again. Just you wait.
So wait. Lady Hannah is buried here. If you don't mind, I'd like Oscar to join the rebuilding efforts. He should be a part of this.
Of course. I couldn't agree more.
I'll let Martha know that everyone arrived safely. If you need anything more, you have only to send us Stolas.
And we will, my lord. Safe travels.
East Pool lives again.
Let's go and tell Martha the good news.
There you are. All went well then. Sir Wade told me you got rid of the bandits while Islot kept an eye out. Nicely done. What's all this about some shape-shifted nightmare showing up? On second thoughts, don't tell me. It'll only give me nightmares of my own. What matters is you did it, and now we can build our new village.
I
I suppose it will be.
What
What
would you
would you
call
call
it?
it?
What
A
house?
house.
East
East
Pool.
Pool.
Sir
Sir
Wade
Wade
said it best.
There's
There's
plenty bad happened to that place.
But
But
that
that
don't
don't
undo
undo
the
the
good
good
that
that
happened
happened
there.
there.
No
No need to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Did
Did Wade say that?
Well,
Well,
something
along
along
those
those lines.
lines.
Anyway, poor souls might have made it to East Pool, but
but
their
their
work
work
isn't
isn't
done
done
yet.
yet.
The
The
way
way
I
I
see it,
neither is
mine.
mine.
If
If
it's
it's
food
food
or
or
lumber,
lumber,
what
what
strong
strong
backs
backs
they
they
need,
need,
the
the
rest is
rest
ready
is
to
ready to
provide
provide
it.
it.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, Martha.
No,
No,
thank
thank
you.
you.
You
You
didn't
didn't
have
have
to
to
help
help
us.
us.
I
I
wanted
wanted
to.
to. Sounds like thunder. You're late. We're starting to think you'd stumbled off a cliff. I seem to recall that was you, Gav. Good to see you. Any trouble on the road? Nothing we couldn't handle.
I knew you'd come.
Is that
Is
who
that
I
who I
think
think
it
he
is?
is?
Yes.
Yes.
Allow me to introduce my brother, Joshua.
Clive's
Told me all about you.
Or
Or even listening most of the time.
Name's
Name's Midadol,
but
everyone calls me Mid.
My
My
lady.
lady.
Hey?
My boy. Uncle Byron. It's really you. I never thought we'd see the time.
So these
So these Akashic are being
controlled.
controlled.
That's
That's what it looked like.
Empty
Empty eyes, eerie blue glow.
No
No
doubt
doubt they were turned.
But
Silent as monks, every last one of them.
Your
Your man here speaks true, Clive.
We
We saw more than a few in the city. They moved in ranks with a purpose, and not of their own.
Ultimus
Doing.
Perhaps.
What
What of the city?
The
The
people.
people.
dead, mostly.
Mostly, but not all. A handful managed to lock themselves in their villas before the horde arrived. Some in the merchants' district to the west, and a few of us on the far bank.
If
If the Akashic stumble across either hiding place, a few bolted doors won't hold them for long.
We
We need to find them,
and
and
quickly.
quickly. What do you propose?
We
We split into two parties.
I
I will make for the merchants' district, while you look to those across the river. Mind keeping an eye on my brother?
Not
Not at all.
We
We find the villa and try the servants' entrance.
Understood.
And
What of us?
Mid.
Is she fit to sail?
The
The
ship,
ship,
the
the Mythical Engine could probably do with a few more tweaks.
Then you better work fast. Even if we do reach the survivors in time, they'll never make it to the hideaway on foot.
You leave that to me.
See that Mid doesn't get us into trouble, would you? Think I can manage that? I'll keep him safe.
Looks like
Are you
you're
stuck
stuck
with
with
me,
it, Byron.
Byron?
That's
Lord
Lord
Rossfield, you little gutter snipe! Shall we then?
And you keep Clyde safe.
Be
Be careful. Both of you.
You
You too.
Even.
All right, Togo. Let's find those survivors. They don't stand a chance against that face. They were arrested.
What happened?
There's nothing but offices here.
That's something big. She must be busy.
With FF16 cover, there may still be survivors in sight. Where are they? These creatures
Where is your master? What does he want?
You've caused quite the commotion. But then I would expect no less from you, Muthos. You again. I don't believe we've been introduced. You were in my family's crypt. And now you're here, with an army of Akashic thralls. Manners, Lord Rossfield. They are men, like you and me. Albeit one's unburdened by the wills that drive our kind. They are pure. They are divine. What? And they are all that remains in this wrought city.
You'll pay for what you've done, as you wish. I confess I have been very much looking forward to this. Pardon me this indulgence, Your Majesty. The vessel shall not be spoiled. I am thinking of House Harvard, and you will be or not. You will forgive me if my performance seems uninspired. It is just that I expected so much more from our chosen one. Perhaps this kindred of What now? A gift from my liege lord's armory. Gungnir. Watch closely, Mythos. Yes! Yes! One is seldom enough. Actually, I wouldn't.
The vessel is strong. My liege.
Clive!
You're all right.
As I say. We are, yes.
I'm sorry, but we couldn't save him.
It was over before we arrived. Well, you did what you could. I feel we were all too late. What's wrong? Nothing.
Leaving so soon, Mythos?
It's the king. Indeed. You may kneel before Barnabas Warden of Ash and King of Waloed. Get back.
Wild and impetuous. I expected more of the boy who bested my Lord Commander. Yet I see why my master covets you so. The power within you, Mythos. The potential. Stop calling me Mythos. But Mythos is everything. The cornerstone of all creation. The Lord's vessel. Your purpose.
My purpose? To surrender my mind and body to that thing. No, Your Majesty. My purpose is my own. I made a promise to my friends, to my people. And nothing is going to stand in my way.
You would allow this delusion of free will to bar your path to greatness? Truly, your volition is a cancer. One that must be excised. Try it. You are as weak as all the rest.
Joshua!
This way! Hurry!
Power beyond reckoning, and they use it as a crutch. Such a waste.
Will he be alright?
The Phoenix can mend flesh, but the spirit must recover on its own. I'm afraid the rest is up to him. This place
Yes, it's remarkable. Outfitting it must have been no small feat. But why go to such trouble?
That beauty spell is filled with wonders the world ain't ready for. If the guilds caught wind of what we're up to, they'd all want a piece.
All right.
And how is he? Do not blame yourself. He was barely breathing when you brought him here. We would have lost him if it were not for you.
No. Barnabas may have severed nigh every sinew in my brother's body. But he made certain the wounds were not fatal.
Nigh every sinew? Allow me, your lordship. Don't know what I was thinking. To the trouble like that. There's no trouble carrying comestibles to my ailing nephew. I know, but you've already done so much for us. Pouring your gale into the hideaway and now the ship. I don't want to take the piss.
You risked your life. And for what? Some girl you hardly know. Why'd you do it? You got mad or something?
I wouldn't go that far.
You're awake. My boy.
All I want to do is help. And the world would save itself. It was Sid. Your father who taught me that.
Sounds like him.
Don't you dare do that again.
What of the royalists?
Fucked up. A lot of them, along with the galleon. With the king on board, no doubt. Behind here, I wouldn't sail without him. Clive. Jill didn't come back.
What do you mean?
She kept the king busy while the others stretched you out.
It's all right, mate. Jill is fine. The ether of our icon endures. As long as it does, we can be certain she is alive. Jill will be with the king, I'm sure of it.
Because your ship's going nowhere. She's got to kick like a wild chocolate bear when her mind to tear the hull in half.
But do you have an idea?
Well, of course I do. My dad will have seen this coming a league off. If I had his own writings...
If you had his old writings, you'd be sitting under a fuckload of rubble. The ones Otto didn't save anyway. I suppose he might still have a few pages in his stores.
We'll have to hope it's enough. Do what you can to ready the ship. I'll speak with Otto.
In your condition, you really are mad.
Perhaps. But the world really won't save itself. Right. Gav said Otto might know something.
Cole said it was an arm of a cash ship. What will happen to me?
How are we supposed to do our duty when the hills are crawling with cash?
help you today, Clive? Is everything we've received and everything promised all yours? Best of luck out there, Sid.
How are you doing? Here you go. Seen enough?